What is up, guys? My name is Theo, and today we're talking about using a Cyberpower PC for video editing. So when it came to actually getting a desktop PC for here at home, I was initially planning on actually building a PC. I've seen videos from Max Yuriev, I think is how you say his name, where he did a video about editing 4K video with a PC under $700 or like $650 or whatever it was. But around the time that I was looking, prices for some of the parts for a PC were pretty expensive because of the whole cryptocurrency thing, and prices for like GPUs and memory were pretty high. So I bought this PC this past November, and around that time prices were starting to come down. They were still pretty high, but a lot more reasonable than what they used to be. So I decided to wait for Black Friday to get as good as a deal as I could for this PC. So when doing my research, I was looking up different videos from other tech YouTubers who they were doing their homework on pricings for different parts from different stores like Newegg and Amazon, and they were coming up with some of the best deals for a lot of us who were looking to upgrade or just do a full build altogether. And I remember watching one video specifically where they were answering different questions. They were doing a live stream, and somebody asked what the best deals were for pre-built PCs. And in that live stream, they recommended this actual build from Best Buy. Now again, at the time of this past Black Friday, I did get this PC for $700 compared to the $890, $889 that it was original price. So when comparing this build to the individual parts from, say, a website like Newegg, the price difference was like maybe $20 or $30, and that wasn't including Windows either. So for me, it only made sense to not have to deal with the hassle of either trying to find a bootleg version of it or ordering it all together, which is even more money. I decided to just go with this and try my luck and see how it worked. Now for the part list for this PC, it is rocking a Ryzen 5 2600, a Radeon RX 580. That is only a 4 gig card though. 8 gigs of memory and a 240 gigabyte SSD that has the main operating system on it, and then as well as 2 terabytes of just standard storage. Now I know what you're gonna say, 8 gigs, that's not gonna cut it. Especially nowadays, and you're totally right. But you have to understand that at the time that I was purchasing this PC, my budget was around $700, and with prices still kind of high from the whole cryptocurrency thing, you weren't getting a whole build with including 16 gigs of RAM like you were in Max's video that he put out a while ago. So my thought process was just get this now and then upgrade the memory when you can later, and that's exactly what I did. So when it comes to video editing, with only 8 gigs, I am using the free version of DaVinci Resolve, and with only 8 gigs, it handles 1080p footage perfectly fine. Now that's mainly what I've shot on this channel for a while now. Before I was only using a pretty low-powered Ultrabook, which was the main reason why I was shooting, but I've really liked the quality that I'm getting from the 1080 out of my camera, so I've kind of just stuck with it and haven't had really a need for 4K until as of recently. So 1080p is perfectly fine with this. Now, with that said, I'm not doing anything super crazy. I'm not really getting into Fusion at all, really. Just like basic speed ramps and like color grading and just stabilizing in DaVinci Resolve, like just stuff like that is really all I'm really doing. And if you want to see any of my footage, from what this computer is producing, anything I've shot this year on my channel, you can take a look at and see it for yourself. My Japan videos were about as intense as I got when it comes to like speed ramping and just random edits. So definitely check those out if you want to see what it can do. But besides that, 8 gigs is totally fine. But as of recently, I am taking on some freelance work, and I want to step up my production and start putting out better quality. So to do that, I wanted to finish what I started and upgrade the memory on this computer. Now I ended up upgrading the memory to some G.Skill Trident Z RGB. I ended up going with 32 gigs DDR4 at 3000 speed. So quite a bit of an upgrade from that 8 gigs. Now that 8 gigs initially was only running at 2400 when it comes to speed. Now bear with me if you don't know what any of this means. But basically from my studies and from my research, I have found out that Ryzen processors work best with faster memory. I'm not sure what the reason for that is or how it works, but I know it performs best with faster memory. So that was the main reason why I got this 3000 speed on this memory. And now with that said, I am noticing a huge bump in performance when it comes to editing and just daily use in general. Now, when it was only on the 8 gigs, I did mess around with a little bit of 4K just to kind of try it before I upgraded it. And with only 8 gigs at that 2400 speed, it was super laggy when it came to editing 4K on it. It was definitely doable if you had a lot of patience, but you could get through it. Now, I did notice that when I was using, like, say, Chrome with a whole bunch of tabs open, or like, say, editing photos, and then I jumped into editing the video editing, then it couldn't handle it at all. Like, even closing out of them and jumping into DaVinci Resolve, it ended up kind of crashing on me. So I did a fresh reboot and went straight into Resolve then, and I could get through it then. It was choppy, it was super choppy, but again, with patience, you can kind of get through it. And when it came to actually rendering, I did about a minute and 3 second clip, and it took almost double the time to render that. It came in at a minute and 58 seconds. Now, after upgrading to this faster and bigger memory, I did notice a significant jump in performance. Playback was relatively pretty smooth, with maybe just a hiccup every now and then, nothing really too serious. Scrubbing was a lot better. Scrubbing was, when I only had 8 gigs in it, scrubbing was what made it crash. And scrubbing now with this newer, faster memory is a bit choppy, but it catches up the moment you stop. So like, it'll skip over a little bit. You can't see every frame, but it'll kind of just jump to wherever your mouse is. And this memory did also increase rendering time. Again, that a minute and 3 second clip only took a minute and 27 seconds with the new memory compared to the minute and 58. So it did increase it by quite a bit. I don't know the math on how faster that is. I know a lot of the tech YouTubers will give like a percentage, like 20% faster. I'm not gonna do the math on that. It was about 30 seconds or 31 seconds faster rendering a minute and 3 second clip. So take that for what it's worth. All in all, guys, I have definitely been enjoying this PC and enjoying this upgrade that I made with this new memory. It is definitely worth it. Again, like I said, I did buy this at Black Friday time. I got the PC for $700, but at the time of filming this video, price has gone down again. It's not quite that $700, but it's around $748, but still a lot better than that $880 that it initially was. So if you are interested in picking this PC up and upgrading it yourself, again, it is totally worth it in my opinion. I've had no issues when it comes to video editing or day-to-day use. It's been great. I would definitely recommend upgrading the memory when you have a chance. You don't have to get the fancy RGB lighting. I just thought it looked pretty sick because it kind of matched the rest of the PC perfectly. So I figured, I don't know, why not? It was a difference of $20, so I figured why not, just to kind of make it match and make it look better in my opinion. I don't know. You totally don't have to. You could save $20 and just get some basic memory that doesn't light up at that 3000 speed. Again, that 3000 speed is important, so make sure you look into that if you want to know why. I don't know why, but it works. Real quick before I end this video, I did run into a couple of hiccups when it came to installing the memory. Initially, when I was inserting these cards in, I only really clicked in the top part of the card. The bottom part didn't really click all the way in, so I had to kind of reinsert it multiple times. The first time I turned it on and I got no picture at all on the screen, and so I had to constantly redo it in and out. And I noticed that the bottom was clicking in after a couple of tries. So make sure you're clicking in both ends of it if you're new to this, or maybe it's this memory specifically, but clicking in both ends and make sure it's a firm fit. Otherwise, it won't read it at all, or you won't get picture, and you'll end up thinking you broke your computer, and you start panicking and sweating, and you thought you wasted a whole bunch of money, but in fact, you just gotta insert it properly, and then you're good to go. So don't be like me. It was scary. Well, with all that said, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video or got something out of it. The computer side of video editing can be really complex and very intense and very confusing, so getting something like this, which is I've had no issues with, can really simplify things so you don't really have to get your hands dirty, and yeah. I am enjoying it, and maybe you guys will as well. So let me know if you guys are interested. If this video did help you, let me know down in the comments. If you have any questions, I will answer them down there. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If something like this is interesting to you, then definitely stick around and subscribe. I got more videos either like this about video editing or photos or just random tech in general, so definitely stick around if that is your thing. Consider subscribing, and also don't forget to ring that bell so you guys get notified when I post a new video. But with all that said, I will see you guys later.